Hello, parents and students. Welcome to JJ's class. This is Jasna. Please watch my video and subscribe my channel. The last session we have discussed about reflection of light and spherical mirrors. Today we will be discussing about the image formation by concave and convex mirrors.
Last class, we have discussed about concave and convex mirror. Concave is a converging mirror and convex is a diverging mirror. They are used to focus the light. Why do we need concave and convex mirror? The answer is in this session. These are the topics covered during this session. Image formation by concave mirror and convex mirror. Uses of spherical mirrors. Sign convention for spherical mirrors, mirror formula and magnification. Now let us look into the image formed by concave mirror. We can locate the image formed by concave mirror for different positions of the object using ray diagram. In ray diagrams, any of the standard rays are needed to identify the position and size of the image, although it is a wise precaution to draw the third ray as a check on the accuracy with which the first two were drawn. When the object is at infinity, concave mirror, principal axis, an object is placed at infinity. Before finding out the position of the image, we must know the first rule for drawing ray diagrams. What is that? A ray of light that passes parallel to the principal axis, after reflection, it passes through the principal focus. What about the second rule? A ray of light that passes through the principal focus, after reflection, it passes parallel to the principal axis. The third one, any ray that passes through the center of curvature, after reflection, it will be reflected back along the same direction. What about the fourth one? Any ray of light that incident on the pole will be reflected back, making an equal angle with the incident ray. So using this, now we have obtained the image formed when the object is at infinity. So look at this image. So what are the characteristics produced by this image? As you can see here, it is highly diminished. It is formed at the principal focus. It is real and inverted image. When the object is beyond C, that is center of curvature, a ray of light that passes parallel to the principal axis, after reflection, it passes through the principal focus. Another ray passes through the center of curvature, will be reflected back in the same direction. So where we get the image? As you can see here, the image is formed between C and F. Compare the size. It is smaller than the object. It is inverted and it is a real image. It is used as a satellite receiver. Third position, when the object is at center of curvature. So object is placed at C. A ray of light passes parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, it passes through the principal focus. Another ray passes through the principal focus. After reflection, it passes parallel to the principal axis. Now we can locate the image. Where is it? Yeah. As you can see here, it is of same size. It is inverted and real, but it is located at the center of curvature itself. When the object is between C and F, that is center of curvature and the principal focus. The object is here. First ray, after reflection, it passes through the principal focus. Second ray passes through the principal focus. After reflection, it passes parallel to the principal axis. Third ray at the pole will be reflected back, making equal angle. So where we get the image? As you can see that the image is formed here. Compared with the object, it is larger than the object. Still it is real and inverted, and it is formed beyond C, that is center of curvature. Used as a satellite transmitter. Fifth position. When the object is at F, first ray passes parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, it passes through the principal focus. Another ray passes through the center of curvature, will be reflected back along the same direction. Oh, where is the image? Oh, the image is formed at infinity. So definitely it will be enlarged, real and inverted image. The last position, when the object nearer than the principal focus. The object is placed between principal focus and the pole. Ray of light passes parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, it passes through the principal focus. Another ray of light passes through the center of curvature, will be reflected back along the same direction. Another ray, which is incident on the pole, will be reflected back, making equal angles. But where do we get the image? What do we here is, we extend this reflected light rays, and somewhere behind the mirror, all the three light rays will meet at a point, at this point, and there we get the image. So look at the size of the image. It is enlarged, it is upright and virtual image, and it is formed beyond the mirror. So usually it is used as makeup and shaving mirrors. Spherical mirrors are used in many ways in our daily life. Concave mirrors are used in torches, searchlights, headlights of vehicles, etc. They are also used as a shaving mirror, also used by the dentist to see larger images of the teeth. Also used to concentrate sunlight to produce heat in solar furnaces. Now let us look into the image formed by convex mirror. Remember the 4 rules. When the object is at infinity, this is a convex mirror. Object is placed at infinity. A ray of light that passes parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, it is directed towards the focus. Another ray of light passes parallel to the principal axis, directed towards the principal focus. So the image is formed at principal focus. It is highly diminished virtual, and error. When the object is between infinity and pole, that is anywhere in front of the mirror. A ray of light passes parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, it appeared to diverge from the focus. Another ray of light passes through the center of curvature, will be reflected back along the same direction. Another ray, which is incident at the pole, will be reflected back, making equal angle. So where do we get the image? We extend all the reflected rays at somewhere the point between the pole and the principal focus, the image is formed. It is smaller than the object, it is virtual and errant. It is used as security mirrors and it gives wider view of the object. What are the uses of convex mirrors? Are used as a rear view mirrors in vehicles. Also used to get direct diminished image of the object. They also have a wider field of view than the plane mirrors. Next is sign convention. While studying the formation of image by spherical mirrors, a set of sign conventions are need to learn, that is required to measure the focal length, image distance, object distance, and the magnification of the mirror. The first sign convention is the object is always placed to the left of the mirror. That is, the light from the object falls on the mirror from the left side. So this is the direction of the incident light. All distances parallel to the principal axis are measured from the pole of the mirror. Third one, all distance measured in the direction of incident light rays are taken as positive, while the opposite is taken as negative. Distance measured above the principal axis or height upwards taken as positive, while the distances measured below the principal axis, that is height downwards, taken as negative. To obtain the exact information about the size, image distance, object distance, and focal length, we can use the mirror formula. The mirror formula is expressed as 1 by V plus 1 by U, which is equal to 1 by F, where V is the image distance, U is the object distance, F is the focal length. All these quantities are measured in meters. Magnification means how much the image is elongated with respect to the object. It is gives us the ratio of height of the image to the height of the object, or also it can express with respect to object distance and image distance. So the magnification is represented by M gives minus V by U. The negative sign indicating that it's a real image. You can also study the formula using this triangle. Image size is nothing but magnification into the object size. Thank you.